What is refraction? Yes, Shreya.
Yes, ma'am. Can you tell me
Can
the
you tell me
question?
what is refraction? What is
Yes, ma'am.
refraction?
Ma'am, tell again. I can't.
What is refraction?
Ma'am, the
Refraction.
change in the direction of path of a light ray when it passes from one transparent medium to another is called refraction.
Very good. So when the light rays passes from one medium to another, then the light rays generally gets bent. So this process or this is called the refraction. And one example, can you give us
Ma'am,
a
I
simple
hear
example?
your voice very low.
Okay, you and everyone can hear it very low.
Clearly.
Okay, then maybe it's a network problem. It's okay. And a very basic example, a very basic
When you
example that
dip
we
a
can
pencil
see
into a water,
is
the pencil lid seems to be broken.
it seems to be broken. And why it seems like that?
Ma'am, for the refraction.
For the refraction, because the air rays are the light rays are passing through the air, and from the air when they are entering the water medium, because of the change of the density of the medium, the light rays get bent. So how do they get bent? This thing we will learn today. So go to page number 138, the next page. Here you can see some pictures are given. Okay. So here you can see one is the rarer medium, another is the denser medium. So what happens when light rays enter a denser medium from a rarer medium? So you all know that the imaginary line that passes through the point of incidence. Okay, so now tell me which one is the point of incidence? This one, right? This point.
Zero.
So the point 0, this is the point of incidence. Why it is called point of incidence? Who will tell me?
Because
Mona Lisa?
meet here.
Okay. Yes, Akhil?
Because the rare medium, the light ray meets the.
Ma'am, because this
Yes.
is the point where the two rays meet.
This is the point where the incident ray, the ray that falls on the surface, that is called incident ray, right? Sorry, this
Yes,
time
ma'am.
this one is the incident ray here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The incident ray and the ray that gets reflected. What is that ray called?
Reflected
ray.
Reflected ray. So if any reflected ray was there, that would be in that direction. But here we are reading about refraction. Okay. So refraction will always happen inside the denser medium. So if this line will be called reflected ray, this ray will be called reflected ray. Whereas this bent ray inside the denser medium, this one will be called the refracted ray. Okay. So here is the basic difference between the reflected ray.
What is the page number?
And refraction. Page number 138. Okay. So whenever the light rays enter from a rarer medium to the denser medium, always the light ray will bend, but to which direction? Will it bend towards the normal or away from the normal? So here also we will just stretch the normal towards the denser medium. So if the light ray is falling or entering from the rarer medium to the denser medium, the light ray will always bend towards the normal. So if the light ray would not be bent, it would look like this. But now you can see it actually looks like this. So it will be better if I change the colors. So this is the normal. If the light ray would not bend, we all know that light rays travel through straight lines. So if it would not bend, it would look like this. But actually, as this light ray is entering the denser medium from the rarer medium, so it will always bend towards the normal. So this is the condition. So it will bend towards the normal. So you can see there is a bend of this much. So the light ray will bend towards the normal if it enters from the rarer medium to the denser medium. Similarly, exactly the opposite thing happens if the light ray enters the rarer medium from a denser medium. Here you can see, so if this is the normal and this is the incident ray, if it would be straight, it would look like this. But as the light ray is entering from the denser medium to the rarer medium, it will bend, but it will bend away from the normal. So it will bend like this, okay? It will bend away from the normal. So first thing that you will have to decide that the position of the normal. Then you can easily identify that either it will bend away from the normal or towards the normal, if you know the medium from which it is entering to which medium. Okay, is it clear to you now? I'm again telling you,
Ma'am, why
if
this
the light
happens?
ray is entering from the rarer medium to the denser medium, then it will bend towards the normal. And if the light ray is entering from a denser medium to a rarer medium, then it will bend away from the normal. Yes, Mona Lisa?
Ma'am, why does it happen so? Why does it bend? Why the light ray bends? Well,
Because the density of the medium is getting changed because of the density. Okay, so the more
ma'am,
dense,
when the light ray moves to rarer medium to denser medium, why does it moves towards the incident point? Was that?
okay, so that
Yes,
means the
to the
rarer
normal.
medium is less dense. Yeah, why it's bending towards the normal, right? Why it's not bending away from the normal?
Yes.
This is the question you have asked. So because you can see in the rarer medium, the density is less, and in the denser medium, the density is much more, right? So this
Yes,
pulls
ma'am.
the light ray, this higher density pulls the light ray towards the normal. But as when it enters from a denser to rarer medium, so from a much more denser medium to less denser medium, so in the rarer medium, the density is very less. So this is why it gets scattered or it gets away from the normal. Nothing is there to pull it towards the center. Am I clear to you? Can you understand it?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
the density is much higher in the denser medium. This is why the light ray is pulled towards the normal. But as in the rarer medium, the density is very less. There is nothing to pull it towards the normal or towards the center. So it gets scattered. It gets away from the normal. Is it okay now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now the third point you see here, when a ray of light travels along the normal, there is no deviation, that is the ray suffers no refraction when the light ray travels along the normal. See, this is what happens here. No refraction occurs here. So if the light ray travels through the normal, no refraction occurs. That is the refraction through a glass slab. This one can be better explained with this picture, the pictures that are here. So suppose if the light is
can't
coming
hear you
from this
properly.
direction, this is the normal.
Ma'am,
Can
can't
you hear
hear.
me properly? Now can you hear me properly?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, yesterday you were saying about the LEDI. What is that? Ma'am, what are you
Yes.
saying about? Ma'am, LEDI scope. Ma'am, I have that one. kaleidoscope I have.
Kaleidoscope. Do you have
Yes.
it?
Yes, ma'am.
Then
I
you
am
show
showing.
it to all your friends
Yes, ma'am. I have.
so that they can have a practical experience how they look. Though they can't look through it, but they can see that how it looks. So it's a cylindrical structure, right? You will have to look through one end of the cylindrical structure and it will show you so many beautiful and bright colors and shapes. And those bright colors and shapes will come from the different colored glass pieces that are used inside it. It's a game, okay? Playing instrument, we can say.
Structure inside.
Okay, so you are also able
Can
to
you see,
show the
ma'am?
inside part of the kaleidoscope. Yes, we all can see it. Very good, Shoni. So this is how, as you move the kaleidoscope, the structures and the colors, everything will keep changing. Okay. Okay, we all can see it. Very good, Shoni. Okay. So now if the light ray falls through the normal or along the normal, then no refraction will occur. Okay. This is the third point here, refraction of light through a prism. Now, how refraction of light causes, the refraction of light is actually responsible for the rainbow that is produced by the prisms. Okay, so if you pass a normal light ray through the prism at suppose from this side, if you just pass a normal light ray, when it will pass through this side, it will create 7 colors. That is that we call the rainbow, right? So all the colors present in that single color, we all know that white color or even the sunlight is made up of how many colors? 7 colors, right? Similarly, the white color is also made up of, it is also a combination of 7 different colors. So all these colors are scattered by the prism. You can do it yourself also. If you hold the prism in front of the sunlight, you will see at the other end or other side, you can see all the 7 colors. So why the prism is capable of scattering all these 7 colors or just scattering these colors, why the prism is how the prism is capable of doing that? This happens due to the refraction that occurs inside the prism. A prism is a block of glass having triangular bases. Prisms have several uses of optical system. They can be used to deviate a ray, to disperse white light into the visible spectrum, or to erect an inverted image. So there are so many uses of prism. Prism is actually a block of glass that have triangular bases. Have you seen prism before? Any one of you?
Yes, ma'am. I see.
You have seen prism. So you must know that it's made up of glass and it has triangular bases. The given picture shows the path of a ray of light as it passes through a prism. In the figure, angle A is known as the angle of the prism. PQRS is the ray of light passing through the prism, and PQ is the incident ray. So now let's see one by one, okay? Angle A is known as the angle of the prism. So where is angle A here? Let's find it out. This, right?
Ma'am, can't hear you again.
Yes, ma'am. Can't hear you.
Yes, ma'am. I also can't hear you again.
So this is the angle of prism that is denoted by capital A. Okay. So one by one we will see all the factors. So this is capital A. This is the angle of prism. This angle is called the angle of prism. Next, PQRS is the ray of light passing through the prism. So let's see where our PQR is. So this is the incident ray, P, then Q, okay? And now this is the refracting ray. So here we get P, Q, R and S. P, then Q, R and S. Here PQ is the refracting, is the incident ray. PQ is the incident ray and RS is the refracting ray, okay? And QR is the ray. It is not the incident ray and it is not the refracting ray. It is the ray, it's just passing through the prism. So PQRS, this is the ray, light ray that passes through the prism. Now let's see what is the next factor that is given here. PQ is the incident ray and QR is the refracted ray and RS is the emergent ray. Okay, so let's see the names that are given here. So PQ is the incident ray. Okay, here it is said, here it is written, you see. QR is the refracted ray. And what is the name of this ray? RS?
It is passes through prism.
This is called the, no, this is called the emergent ray. This is called the emergent ray. See, things are quite different in case of prism. Okay, things are quite different in case of prism. So this is what we will have to read. So I'm using different colors so that you can understand it better. So this is the incident ray, that is PQ. This is the refracting ray, that is QR. And RS is the emergent ray.
Emergent ray.
RS is called emergent ray. Okay. So PQ is the incident ray, QR is the refracted ray, and RS is the emergent ray. In the absence of prism, the ray PQ would have moved in the direction of S. The ray deviates through an angle delta called small d, which is known as the angle of deviation. The angle I is the angle of incidence and angle E is the angle of emergence. And the angle of deviation is the angle between the incident ray and emergent ray. So let's find it out. So angle E is the angle of emergence. So where is angle E here? Can you find it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So for making these normals, for making these angles, whenever we are drawing any the refraction or reflection or even deviation of light rays, then we should always draw the normal. Normal means the imaginary line that passes through the center of the, or passes through the center point. Okay, so here M dash, this is the normal. Okay, this one is the normal. And this is the emergent ray. So what is the angle of emergence? This one. The angle that is formed by the emergent ray and the normal. That is the angle of emergence and it is denoted by small e. Is it clear to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Now angle of incidence. Where is the angle of incidence? Look here. Where is the angle of incidence? It's not indicated here, but of course, the angle created by the incident ray and its normal, that is the angle of incidence. This one here will be small I. Okay. So the angle created by the incident ray and its normal, that is the angle of incidence. Okay, that is denoted by small I. That is denoted by small I. And what is the angle of delta? What is the angle of delta?
T.
Okay, so now you have seen what is the angle of incidence here, what
Yes,
is the
ma'am.
angle of emergence here, and now let's see what is the angle of delta, that is small d. Which one is the angle of delta? Angle of delta means angle of deviation. Okay, angle of deviation. See, he can see this one. So here is written, when it's written in your book, it's written as small d. We also write the delta as this sign. Okay, this sign is also a delta sign. As I have told you yesterday that pi, lambda, theta and delta. Okay, sorry,
Yes,
it's
ma'am.
inverted. This one. Okay, this is the delta sign.
Delta.
So this is the delta angle. The delta angle of deviation, delta or d, is the angle
Recording in progress.
Okay, see, some network problems are going on here. Okay, the screen sharing has stopped due to some reason. Okay, I'm trying to. Okay, students, wait just 1 minute. I'm trying to share the screen again.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello,
Yes,
ma'am.
students. Yes, due to some network problem, the device is disconnecting again and again. Can you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So we will not, I'm not sharing the screen right now, then it will be disconnected again. So, okay, just mark up to this. We were refraction, angle of refraction and prism. Okay, mark up to this. Tomorrow we will just continue this part. So tell me if you have any problem in this part, that in a prism, the angle of the angle of incidence, the angle of emergence, the angle of deviation, and the angle of refraction. Just read this part and tell me if you have any problem there. In the meantime, let me take your attendance.
I can't hear it. Which card?